Wow, guys, what a war. Oh my goodness. We just got done with a clan war, and we only won by 2 triples. We know going into this that these guys were going to be tough because we saw their recent war log, and they were averaging around 15 triples in a 30 versus 30 war. So, man, we knew that they were going to be a challenge. And, we had, I think, 6 attacks that were 90% and above that we like time failed on. And, so we did have some bad luck, and they had some bad luck on attacks as well, and we both had some good luck as well. Man, it was a stressful war. We had to work together a lot, but we ended up with the W. We had a lot of last minute, or it was about last hour triples. Man, it was a close one, and it definitely had us anxious to see who was gonna win this fight. There was actually a course in the war where we had 6 back to back triples between our team and the enemies. So, I mean, it was a very very tough war, and Just Ordinary is pulling out the W. With this win, Just Ordinary is going undefeated from CWL all the way through the entire month of April. For Clan Wars, and then obviously the CWL. So, Just Ordinary, 100% undefeated for the entire season of April. Excellent job by these guys. And the teamwork is just, it solely relies on the teamwork. We, whether it's planning attacks, dibs in, or anything, running through plans and figuring out like, hey, substitute this troop for this troop, and I can't say how much I appreciate this team. So sorry we weren't able to commentate that first one. I just got talking, and next thing I know, we're on to the second one. So here's Simpler, and this is an extremely good example of that queen charge with only using a spell and saving your siege for that tank. I think I said this in the previous episode in Just Ordinary War Recap, but if you're able to just use like a spell or a few extra troops to help that queen do a charge, it's saving that siege is vital. So this was a great example, and with that Eagle Artillery and Clan Castle and Enemy Queen all right there, only a 2-moat tile difference in the center there. That Queen can reach all of those defenses and structures and troops. And then he's in a Lalo clockwise, starting about the 2 o'clock, and then just pushing around, uses that Warden ability over the Town Hall with all those loons. And then, from there, it's cleanup. I am going to stroll through these pretty quick. I'm going to, 4 times the speed, just because I want to show every triple that was here. So, there you go. Simpler with a great 100%. Awesome strategy on getting that, and huge value with that siege. All right, now we've got Zeus in with an attack, and this is going to be the almighty Pekka Bobat, yeah. And, just starting off that funnel correctly, taking out those structures right there on the right with that E-drag is going to make that push into the center just super easy. And then Pekka on the backside. And then, from there you've got Raged Bowlers, Pekkas, and the heroes with the Warden's ability. It's just, watch for yourself, and I'm sure you guys have witnessed this firsthand in your own respective clans. And yeah, he's going to do that, and then he's going to actually put in the bats at about the 2 o'clock, and again, the splash damage defenses are just not up. He was able to take out all of the splash damage defenses with the kill squad, so those bats have, an extremely easy funnel, or path, because they just take out every point defense along the way and provide that kill squad and heroes to clean up the trash behind them. So, beautiful vision for that. Also, we got Vandit here. This is a super fun attack to watch. He's going to start that queen walk over at about the 130, and the king's going to help that funnel. freezing that multi and the wizard tower to get those wall breakers into that big compartment, as that king had cleaned up the entire outside to make that funnel super easy for that queen to go through. And then from there, look at all the areas that that queen has access to. She's taken out the Inferno, enemy CC, Queen, Eagle Artillery, and is going to jump in there even further. So he freezes that Inferno to make sure that it doesn't take out those healers, because those healers are a huge part of successful raids, because that queen is the most important troop. So using that Stone Slammer as a tank for those loons, and then he also had a hound at the bottom as well. Now this warden's ability came in clutch right there, because he only had 2 loons still on that town hall. They were under the warden's ability that were actually able to take that town hall. Now he still had that siege machine and a few backup loons, so he could have taken it anyway. But I mean, that's just overpowered, being able to save that many extra troops. So excellent job. And then we're going into Don. This guy, he has some very fun attacks. Pekka Bobat again, using the E-Drag to funnel. I see that that's like the main thing, is having that E-Drag funnel one side, and then having that whole kill squad go in the other. And that single target Inferno, both of them don't really help out for the Pekka Bobat strategy. It's such a tough... I mean, every base is 3-starable. It doesn't matter what base. It doesn't matter anything. Every base is 3-starable. It just has to take the right attack. Because if you have too many singles, then you're going to totally... or if the person has enemy singles, then like a Pekka attack without bats or E-Drag, or, and then if you have multi-Infernos, then, those are good against hogs or bats or whatever. So, I mean, it's a very... And if you want single Infernos, because that's going to help stop a queen walk. But, yeah, I mean, it's just... Every base is 3-starable, and it just depends on the right attack. And, we're doing an extremely good job at communicating and finding those right attacks. And now we've got Cabana Dan, one of my favorite names in this clan. And he's going to go and do a Pekka Bobat as well, using that E-Drag to funnel. And again, he has a relatively easy funnel as well, just because he can get that E-Drag to take out, the two layers of troops, or of structures, so that the queen can queen charge with the kill squad into that town hall, and was actually able to hit that town hall before the kill squad got there, saving the warden's ability for its different time, so that it would take less damage from like the Eagle Artillery, enemy CC, queen, etc. And then he's going to start the bats at about the 1 o'clock, and he has a good 2 freezes right there. Unfortunately, that Wiz Tower did get a shot off at those bats and was able to take out a good portion of them. And there's nothing really you can say stop that. Maybe a little bit timing on the freeze. The second freeze, the first one was great, but the second one maybe wait just a crack a second longer. But nonetheless, he's got enough troops there. It doesn't even matter to 3-star. Great job, Don. Cabana Dan. All right, now here's simpler. Again, with the Pekka Bobat, this strategy is so OP right now. You could go through and you'll see this attack in every single clan, no matter what clan you're in. I'm really hoping it gets nerfed, just to bring back some livelihood and some different attacks. And if this sticks around to being overpowered, then I'm gonna have to learn it. And I just got done learning the kill squad hogs, so I don't wanna learn a new strat right away, right? No, that's all part of the game. I like it. It's fun. So he's actually using a real golem to distract those defenses on that right-hand side. Different strategy that, I have personally not seen before. And obviously it pays off, just because look at how much overkill he's got. That golem was able to tank for longer than an ice golem, even with the ice golem's freeze ability. So, there's definitely some method behind the madness there. So, awesome attack simpler. Another great example of the creativity behind Just Ordinary's attacks. Oh boy. Speaking of kill squad hogs, hey, I like that name right there, Dalton D3T, huh? Yeah, so some guy hit this before, and I was able to kind of see the Tesla farm and the CC. So I knew that I wanted to suicide that king on that side to keep that funnel for the kill squad to go through, and then I used the peck on the other side, and then sent the kill squad through the town hall. Was able to take out the town hall CC. Jump spell into that next compartment. I had to make sure that jump spell was going into the compartments that were going long ways instead of short ways, so that would give more availability for the king and other troops, etc. So the queen was able to get huge value out of that charge, and actually went in and took out, that multi at the end as well, which made the hogs ride even easier, and I end up with a ton of hogs, basically at full health. Yeah, and then from there it's just cleanup. So started the hogs from about that 11 o'clock and went clockwise, tried to keep that funnel for the hogs relatively easy with those outside defenses. I threw a loon in there. It was taken down by a black seeking mine, but yeah, that's the key. Just kill squad those main buildings, and then make sure you have good healing placements. All right, now here we go with Mitch. Mitch is gonna do. This is a fun attack to watch. It's basically just a Peekaboo Witch, and yeah, the funnel, the E-drag value on this is pretty huge, because look at all of those structures that are chained, and out of range of that air defense or any defenses really besides the archer tower at the moment. And then from there, that queen's gonna push in. He's gonna set the funnel on the backside, dropping a Pekka first, and then the Bowler Witch is behind it. And then from there, he's sending that main kill squad at about the 3:30 into the base, pushing straight through to that town hall. He's got a jump spell covering the center of that base, which basically opens it up to the rest of that little secondary ring from the center there, and that just opens up for the rest of the troops to push through. And yeah, this is a classic bow witch that we used to see quite a lot back in the day, but it's still effective. Obviously, these troops are still extremely powerful, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. Great example. Good job, Mitch, on that triple there. And every single triple in this war, was huge. Every single one of these replays that I'm showing was absolute necessary, just because we won by 2, and we got 2 stars within the last, I think, 10 minutes of the battle. So 2 triples, 2 extra stars. So it was every attack was extremely important, and we couldn't have done it without the teamwork of our leaders and even the members just going through and holding their attacks strong, and getting some triples. So here we've got a Peekaboo bat, another Peekaboo bat, and using that wall record to get into that little moat there. I don't know. And this base is just so open once you got into that funnel. So, getting into that funnel, he has all of those. He's at 50% now, and he's still got a huge kill squad remaining. I was going to take out the town hall. Eagle's gone. All the Infernos are gone. And all he has is one wizard tower to distract or freeze to get through the rest of the buildings. And then, look at how many bats are left over. The queen still had the ability. Pekka, just so overpowered, Rufus. Great vision. Way to take advantage of that enemy's moat. Again, got some text messages coming through. Thing is, my fiance wife and then my mother decided to text me. So, sorry, not sorry. I'm a family guy. And so here we go with Greek pushing through again with a queen charge miner, and the value on this, every single queen charge that I show, I don't even need to say it anymore, but just the value. Getting that queen into that compartment, and then it's making a good L-shaped design for those miners to go through. And he's going to use that jump to get into that Eagle Artillery compartment, which is going to be exposing the Eagle Artillery, the queen, and both of those Infernos, as you'll see as the attack develops. But he sends the miners in along into that town hall, use a heal over that, some skeleton traps. He uses the warden's ability, uses the queen's ability that is going to push into that next compartment, and then take out that Wizard Tower, the Expo, and then next is that multi-target Inferno. And yeah, I mean, perfect timing on getting that multi-target Inferno down because we know how good those are against miners. So yeah, and then from there, he's got basically a swag heal to push through the final leg of that base. And Greek on another 3-star. He's a very consistent 3-star specialist. We see him in almost every episode. All right, now these last couple attacks, not this one, but the last two are at 4 times speed just because they're kind of underdeveloped Town Hall 12s. But they still needed the recognition just because of how close this war was. So, extraordinary here with Queen Charge, Lalo, and using that King again to funnel, only using a spell, so he saves that siege for tanking for the loons, and just such a great strategy. Use the Warden's ability over the Town Hall, uses that Stone Slammer to tank for those loons, and then cleanup troops go behind. He's got a ton of leftover troops. He brought that Earthquake Swell just because he didn't know if he was going to have 50% by the time that Town Hall was damaged, so that he could activate the Town Hall, Giga Tesla, and therefore the loons would target it. So yeah, these last 2 attacks are by Para, and Para, both these attacks are just gorgeous. This one is going to be a P.E.K.K.A. Bowler, P.E.K.K.A. Bowitch, a classic what we used to see back in the day. And yeah, he funnels that queen into that compartment with the wall wrecker, and then those bowlers just tear the base out from the inside out. It's just such a great thing. And yeah, and that's a super easy cleanup base. He's got everything down with Queen at full health, Warden at full health, Swag Freeze, and there's Para for you. I think he's showcasing every war recap that I've got on both clans, and he has even more accounts in different clans. Excellent job, Para. And for the last attack, super underdeveloped walls. A lot of the defenses are on the higher scale. They're not exactly maxed, but they're definitely on the higher scale. And he's going to be doing a Queen Charge with the Siege Lalo, just because the Queen Charge is getting so much value here. The Queen Charge is getting the Town Hall and all these extra bases around, or all the extra structures, and then the Lalo has a super easy path around about the 1 o'clock counterclockwise through the rest of the base, and then from there it's just using the jump spell to get that air sweeper, and then that's a wrap. So extremely tough war, only won by 2 triples. Kudos to the enemy team for a tough war. We had a lot of fun, and hopefully we see more matchups like this, but stay winning. Thanks.